So much of my homemaking starts here in the garden. This is where I gather the herbs and the vegetables that flavor so many of the meals that we eat, from dried and fresh herbs to fermenting peppers and veg, to making our own medicine from the things that we grow. I rely on these simple ingredients to keep scratch cooking alive in my kitchen. But even with my current garden, which is plenty enough space, it would seem, to grow enough food for a family of 4, I seem to still run out of space. Some beds I do leave just for herbs and perennials, which then brings me to adding more beds. And some beds I leave just for our rabbits, which helps us to be resourceful, but that means less room for what I need in the kitchen. And that's why I decided it was time to expand into a true kitchen garden, dedicated to the herbs and vegetables that serve our table. To make it happen, though, I had to tackle the ugliest, most wasted corner of our yard. This is a space that we have been neglecting for years. We built it for a purpose, to hold up the land with a retention wall, since we do live on a hill going down to the river. And then we just left it and forgot about it. There used to be garden beds here. They didn't work out well, so I removed them. But little by little, this wasted space was reimagined and turned into something beautiful. I reused the rocks in eroding parts of the yard and did the project on a small budget, using as much free resources as possible, and I will get into that with you in a moment. And this was so much work. Hand shoveling all of these rocks day in and day out. It was a great workout though, all the while still trying to keep up with our current garden, which is in need of loving at the end of a hot summer. But finally, the day did come when we finished shoveling all of the rocks. And then it was time to fill up this space with something more natural and more beautiful, and something that we can walk barefoot on without burning or hurting our feet. Something that was a humongous help in the budget of this project was free wood chips from the city. Our city offers this at no cost for residents, along with compost. It's pretty amazing, and I recommend looking into your city on this. Not only did we use all of these wood chips to fill the ground under and between our beds, but we also used it to fill up our beds halfway to save money on soil. This is a big thing when doing a garden project like this, is not to break the bank. Try to use what you already have. But something really amazing that we did not expect was that we got all of these Vigo garden beds for free. Yes, one of our crazy neighbors was leaving them on the side of the road for anyone to take, and you better believe it, we saw them. It was such a huge blessing that we saw them and got to bring them home. But the 2 green, larger beds we did not find for free. It was really important for me to do this garden renovation with garden beds that I knew that would last, they wouldn't rust, and I wouldn't have to do maintenance on them every few years like I do all of our wooden garden beds. Our kids would have loved for us to never fill up these beds, and they could just use them as a maze for their rabbits. It was a family affair, and we had so much fun planning out and turning this space into something that will be such a functional part of our little urban homestead. So after filling those beds with those free wood chips, I then put a very thick layer of rabbit manure on top of that before putting the soil in. This is going to help to condition the soil and fertilize those plants that we're going to be planting for the fall. And this is a main reason that I keep rabbits, because their poop is gold. Oh, it smells so good. This jasmine just grows wild out here. It's all up in the trees. Oh, it's amazing. Our whole yard smells like jasmine. Okay, back to work. So finally we get to the soil, which I spent about $120 on altogether, that veggie mix soil. So all in all, this was not an expensive project, and it came out so lovely. We have so much space to move around in here, and 5 new beds to plant mainly herbs and kitchen produce that will be used for cooking and so many amazing scratch meals. This new kitchen garden is just one more way to bring scratch cooking to life for our family. I'm so pleased with the way that it turned out, and I am dreaming up all of the things we are going to plant in this garden. In my next video, we will be doing just that, planting fall crops that will keep our meals fresh all season long. I hope to see you there. Until next time, thank you for spending your time with me. Bye, y'all.